Tonight, we turn away from the lights of the Eiffel Tower, from the laughter in cafes, the gleam of polished stone, from the Paris you may know. Instead, we drift back to a time when the streets were narrow, the river ran foul, and the scent of the city was something you could feel before you arrived. This is not the Paris of postcards. This is the Paris of mutter, of smoke, of rot and prayer. Medieval Paris, a city of contradictions, teeming with life, yet choked by it. Towering cathedrals rising from neighborhoods of wooden slums. Philosophers speaking in Latin, while rats skittered through marketplaces. You don't need to prepare for this journey. Just breathe softly, let your mind wander through time. As we step gently into the medieval shadows and walk the cobbled paths of the old city, imagine yourself waking to the muffled noise of hooves on wet stone. The sun is still low, and you are already tired. Your home is a single room, shared with family and the dull warmth of a dying fire. There is no privacy here, no clean water, no glass in the windows, just thin shutters. Rattling in the morning wind, the street outside is already busy. Vendors pushing carts, beggars with open palms, and the heavy slosh of chamber pots tossed out from upper windows. Landing in the gutter with a quiet splash, the air is thick, not just with the scent of animals and waste, but with smoke. Every home burns wood or dung for warmth, and so the sky remains low, even on clear days. You dress in wool, scratchy, hand-stitched, mended dozens of times. You own little, most people do not. Your bread is coarse and dark, your soup thin. Meat, if ever, is salted, dried, and scarce. You work, perhaps as an apprentice, a washer, a porter, a laborer. The work is endless and slow, the tools are simple. Injury is common and untreated. Water must be hauled by hand. And even then, it is likely drawn from a well not far from a latrine. Illness is a constant presence, like fog that never quite lifts. Coughs echo through alleyways. Children play with dolls made from rags. And death, though feared, is familiar. Still, life persists. Women bake and gossip. Men barter and curse. Church bells mark the hours with deep, ringing calm. At dusk, you return to the same room. No light but flame, no comfort but sleep, and in the stillness, you may dream of a cleaner place, a softer world. But tonight, your dreams are not far from reality. Just another day in medieval Paris. Now, let us shift gently from the rhythm of daily life to a moment when that rhythm faltered, when even the most ordinary of days became strange and quiet. It is the year 1348. Paris is bustling. As always, merchants shout in the square. Monks chant in Latin. Children chase one another between market stalls. But there are whispers of sickness arriving from the ports, drifting in with sailors and silks. A strange fever that moves faster than thought. The Black Death reaches Paris. Not with thunder, but with silence. At first, it is just a few. A baker's apprentice, a stable hand, a monk. They fall ill, they vanish, and the streets begin to empty. People stop touching, stop singing, stop gathering. The symptoms are not loudly spoken of, but they are feared. Blackened swellings, sudden collapse, and always death. The Sorbonne, the great university, tries to explain it. The air is wrong. They say the stars are misaligned. Doctors wear masks shaped like beaks, filled with herbs and vinegar. hoping to drive away the evil humors. In homes, candles burn all day. In churches, prayers rise constantly. In graveyards, space runs out, but Paris endures. It always does. The bells keep ringing, though now, more slowly, more solemnly, and as the wave passes. What remains is not just loss, but change. Some become more devout, others more cynical. The city learns to hold its breath, to endure the stench of death, to carry on, even in its darkest hours. Paris remains Paris, not noble, not kind, but enduring. Now, let your thoughts drift downward, beneath the crooked rooftops, beneath the stone chapels and winding alleys, beneath even the dirt of the oldest gardens. Because the Paris of today rests gently atop the Paris of yesterday, and under its bustling streets lie echoes. There are tunnels, some ancient, some accidental, Roman ruins, abandoned crypts, old sewer lines, a honeycomb of stone and silence. The most famous are the catacombs, not as romantic as they sound. Miles of passageways, stacked neatly with bones. 6 million lives, arranged in quiet rows, moved from overflowing cemeteries in the 18th and 19th centuries. But those remains, they date back to medieval times. The bones are anonymous. No names, no markers, just humbling silence. Above them, life carries on, cafes open, cars roll by, children laugh on swings, with only a few feet of earth separating them from a different world. Archaeologists still find things here. Bits of pottery, broken rosaries, metal teeth, pieces of wood that once framed homes or coffins. Every so often, a cellar collapses, revealing a stair to nowhere. A forgotten niche, sealed for centuries. Paris remembers, even when we forget, and through these remnants, we glimpse the daily lives of people who once believed they were forgotten. Their tools, their prayers, their dust, still resting beneath the city they helped build. This hidden Paris is not the one in paintings, but it is real, layered, heavy with memory. Let us now lift our gaze from the narrow lanes of the poor to the broader avenues near the Ile de la Cité, where cathedrals rise and noble houses gleam with quiet power. Medieval Paris was a city of contrasts, a city where a nobleman's horse might splash filth onto a beggar's face and not even turn. In the wealthier quarters, life was different. Homes were larger, with more than one room, with glass windows, imported tapestries, carved beds. Servants prepared meals, apprentices ran errands. And behind heavy doors, feasts were served with spiced wine and soft bread. But even here, comfort was relative. The streets were still loud, the winters still cold, and illness knew no class. Education, however, belonged to the few. The university at the Sorbonne taught in Latin. Its halls echoed with theological debate, while just beyond its gates, a butcher argued over the price of spoiled meat. The church held power over all, but the wealthy secured better seats. Their sins, forgiven with coin, their funerals adorned with music and incense. The poor, by contrast, were buried quickly, often without a marker, their prayers whispered. Their bodies returned quietly to the earth beneath. Still, both noble and peasant heard the same bells. Both saw the same gray skies. Both lived beneath the same stone towers, and dreamed, perhaps, of better days. But for the poor, dreams were often all they had. And now, as our journey through medieval Paris draws to a close. Let us step back, not in time, but in feeling. Imagine the city from above, its winding alleys glowing faintly in the candlelit dusk. Its chimneys smoking, its bells still tolling. It was a hard place, and a loud one, yet, beneath the chaos, there was rhythm, there was survival, there was beauty, too, though it did not shine as brightly as it does today. The people of that Paris lived in ways we cannot fully grasp, but they laughed, they wept, they prayed and built and hoped. They left behind not just walls and bones, but echoes waiting quietly beneath our feet. So as you rest now, perhaps beneath soft blankets, with warm light nearby, allow yourself to drift into stillness, into quiet. The Paris of the past is far behind you. Its noise has faded. Its cobblestones are cool, and somewhere in the gentle hush of memory, the city sleeps once more. Good night.